Hey guys, I'm Rachel.
I'm George.
And this is
Smart Money Happy Hour.
Cheers, George.
Cheers.
Oh, wonderful.
That'll cure almost anything.
Well, this is the show where two friends who happen to be money experts talk about what you're talking about. So everything from pop culture, current events, and money.
And we're kicking off today's episode with a public debate.
Yeah, it's not political, so don't worry, you guys. Don't get scared off. But it is crazy. And it has to do with George. That's all I'll say.
Don't pin it on me. Okay. Well, before we get to that, what are we sipping on, Rachel?
We've got a Division Bell.
You can taste the divisiveness.
That's funny, actually. The cocktail name fits really well.
I actually think out of all the things in this episode, we'll agree that this is a good drink.
So good.
So stick around till the end. We'll give you the cost per glass. We'll give you our rating, and the recipe is in the show notes.
Okay, so this all started when I heard about something that went on at Mia, who is George's daughter, who
Why
just
do you
turned
say it
1.
accusingly?
George's daughter's birthday. But you said that you did something at this party. I'll let you explain to the people. And
You act like this is public indecency. What a tease.
And I thought it was a joke. And I was like, oh, that's funny, George. Or you did it as a joke. And then I learned later on that afternoon that no. He did this it was being serious about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, George Campbell, you are tacky.
So
Tacky.
this is an episode about financial faux pas, and apparently I committed one.
Big one.
While just trying to prepare for my daughter's future. What a noble way to be
On
tacky.
the backs of friends.
Okay, here's what happened.
And
Daughter's
this is
first
not a
birthday
joke.
party.
I thought this was oh, George, you're funny. You
What
talk
you
about
guys
money.
need to know is that I'm tired of crap. And babies just get a lot of stuff. And people just think, I bet they want more stuff. And so we keep getting stuff. And so I thought for the party, which, by the way, was just family and close friends, I decided... close friends.
Loud and clear.
To be
Loud and
honest,
clear.
I wanted nothing to do with the invite list. And it was just
it's fine. I
Whitney,
forgive
invite
all.
your best girlfriends. I don't have friends. Guys don't want to go to first birthday parties. Can we just say that?
That's fair.
So anyways, I decided, you know what? Instead of making everyone hey, bring a gift, bring more stuff, what if I did a little QR code? And if you so chose, you could give to her future college fund. So I made it cute. It was really cute. It said Cowgirls, blah, 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 support Cowgirls College Fund with a QR code to go scan and donate directly to the fund. This was not like my Venmo. So I then posted on social media, I'm posting the picture as a joke, when you give people financial advice and you're the girl that, whatever, as a funny joke. Then people thought, wow, he's soliciting donations from social media now.
Oh, they thought.
So they thought it was tacky that I was on social trying to get money for my daughter's college fund.
Which was not your intent of that.
Which was not the intent. It was supposed to be a funny joke. This is classic George behavior that amidst all the gifts, George is hey, you could donate to the college fund because it will, at a 12% rate of return, it'll turn it,
Yeah.
nerding out.
Yeah, but it's funny that you would do that because you would just do that because it's funny, not because you were serious, though.
And to be fair, not a single person donated to the college fund. So, but I did get really good at Canva. I became an expert in Canva, just making this.
Just to make the poster for it.
I was very proud of my work.
Oh my gosh. Were you expecting people to donate?
I didn't, but if it was me, I would personally rather give to my friend's kids' college fund than to buy them another thing that will likely be thrown away or returned.
Did they know this was an option?
No, it was a last minute thing.
So it was an add-on. Hey, you came to the party.
Yeah, Whitney already sent
and if you
the
happen to want to donate here after you bought a gift, here's this too.
Pretty much. Again, Hail Mary.
George.
But Rachel thought, I cannot believe you did that. So we decided we'd do a whole episode on other financial faux pas. That's how we got here. So I want to know in the comments, am I in the wrong? Am I a terrible dad?
Actually, I would love to know. George,
here's the deal.
Anyways.
We polled you guys on social media to share more real-life financial dilemmas and faux pas with friends and finances. And so today we're going to hear your case as the judge and jury. We're going to share our thoughts. And if QR code gate is any indication, there might be some friendly debate among Rachel and I.
Yeah, this could be good. Okay, before we dive in, do you have any just social pet peeves that come to mind?
Ooh, financial faux pas. I think that, you've said this, but the nitpicking of, a Venmo, it was $4.28 per, so we're going to...
Yes.
Amongst friends,
Right.
I don't like the let's just split
I think
it evenly.
under, like, for sure under 15 in my book.
You're like,
for
don't
sure.
worry about it.
And then you could go a little higher too if you wanted, but like, yeah, like got you covered. Don't worry. I'll grab the coffee or whatever, you know.
There was one that really grinded my gears, and it's not from a person, it's from a place.
Ooh.
But I got a to-go order from one of my favorite burger places.
Yeah.
And they started a mandatory tip on to-go orders, which I was like, okay, fine, I get it. They're putting a lot of work into this. They want to chart. Now it went from a 10% mandatory tip to a 15% automatic gratuity on a takeout order. I grab the bag and I leave.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is a little bit over the top.
Yep.
To force my hand into a 15% tip for showing up to your restaurant and grabbing an order.
And grabbing
leaving.
an order.
No
yeah.
one waited on me.
That's
get
the thing.
like
15 to
take care of the
20% is
team.
when someone like waits on you for an hour and pours
Yes.
drinks and brings you food. And
where I
you
was like,
add
I might as
more
well have
stuff.
just enjoyed the meal.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally. No.
So that one was a real gear grinder for me. A financial faux pas for small business owners.
Okay,
Don't
how
do
about this
that.
one? Electric car friend to electric car friend. This may be snobby. We went and stayed at a place, and it was like this like resort kind of, place, and it was nice. In every hotel that we've stayed in, we'll take the Tesla. Like, we went to Memphis for weddings. We took the Tesla. Like, we'll take the Tesla.
Like a shorter drive.
Yeah. Like, within 4
Few
hours.
hours.
Thing. And almost every hotel or place we've been, they have charging stations in the parking lot. This one was a pay.
Oh.
You had to pay for it.
Wow.
I know. And I just thought, really? Like, you're trying
Who's
to make
making
money?
the money? The hotel, or is it like a
No, it was like a company.
like
the
charge point runs
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah. But I was like, oh man, hotel. You could have I don't know. So I thought
Yeah.
about that recently too.
Here are the listener submissions. Marie Matthey said, drove to Florida with a friend, 600 miles round trip, but they never offered to pay for gas.
Ooh, tacky.
Tacky. Now, I
Yeah.
want to know the context. Like, they drove in apparently her car. She was
Sure,
driving,
yeah.
I assume, in her
I mean,
car.
600 miles. I mean, yeah.
Was the trip for her? Were they helping her move?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need to know the context in which they decided to go on
Wow,
this road trip.
you're like a Matlock
Yeah, I'm
of
getting
today.
to the.
Just really.
I prefer Wishbone to getting to the bottom of this case, or Mary Kate and Ashley solving any crime by dinner time.
Yeah, you're very Mary Kate right now, and Ashley. I
So
appreciate that.
overall faux pas. Without knowing any more context.
All right, we got Laura Jeremiah, and she said, bought an air fryer from a coworker, and he charged me an extra $5 just for bringing it into work for me.
What? Like a delivery fee?
If anything, it's like, thank you for taking my air fryer and buying it from me.
My guess is the
I
next
can't-
thing was like turn around the phone, like, hey, just gonna ask you a few questions.
What do you want to tip me?
Asking for the tip on this
What do you wanna
air
tip me?
fryer.
Oh my gosh.
I don't understand. Did he explain it? He
I
must
don't
have and said,
know.
hey, yeah, it'll be an extra $5 since I brought it. Versus you driving to me and picking it up. You're going to work anyways.
Same place. Yeah, that's cheap. That's cheap right there.
Don't love that one. Here's one from Kyla Penner. Forgot to bring a bridal shower gift. 2 days later, she called me asking where I dropped off my card.
Oh man.
This
All
is
right.
giving some Bridezilla McKinsley energy with a GH.
McKinsley.
You know the type.
Oh, McKinsley. Look, calm down.
There's a lot going on here. So you forget to bring the gift.
Okay, now my question would be,
Did you actually get a gift?
Can I go devil's advocate on this one?
Sure.
What if Kayla said, oh, shoot, I forgot the gift. I'm so sorry. I'll drop it off later. Right? And
and
makes
she
up
says,
an
hey,
excuse.
where'd you drop off the card?
And then, so if someone says that to me and then I don't see it, I could see a day where you're like, oh, hey, I just want to make sure, like,
I didn't lose it or something.
that it didn't like get like blown away if you left it at the front door or like, did you, I don't know. Like,
You are the Matlock of kindness and benefit
could
of
there
the
be
doubt.
could there be that? Could there be that?
That's
You know
fair.
what I will do? I will follow up on gifts nowadays, which is so great. Thank you, technology, that like you can ship gifts to people directly.
Yep.
So like for weddings or baby showers, and I do that a lot now. And if I don't hear from them, it's not that I need to thank you, but I do follow up like a week later. And I'm like, hey, did it come? Like I want to make sure you got it because I paid for it, making sure you actually got the gift. So I will do a follow up text. I'm not looking for a thank you, but it's just
What is this is another built-in financial faux pas. Do you feel like it's a faux pas to not send a thank you after getting a gift for a baby shower, bridal, birthday?
written cards. I don't like get one and be like, oh, thank God they wrote me a card. Like I'm like, oh, that's nice. I'm very like neutral to them. That was Winston and I's first fight. Did you know this?
No.
We were married for 8 days or whatever we were. And it was January, duck hunting season or whatever it was. And
I know it well.
And because I probably had a little Sharon, love you, Sharon, had a little Sharon in the back of my head that I'm like, I have to write all these thank you cards for our wedding. And we kind of had a big wedding. Like we
A lot of
you
people.
know.
Not that I was invited.
And I was like, didn't know you, George, 15 years ago. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, I have to get these thank you cards out. And I'm like, gosh. And like, I was very overwhelmed. And I remember being like, Winston, will you help me? And he was like, oh, Carson invited me to go duck hunting this weekend.
Not Carson.
And I was like, what? And I cried. Y'all, I cried. I was like, is this what marriage is? Like, where you
he's gonna choose Carson over me.
Where you have to do everything. Oh yeah, y'all. It was like a first, like, how do we, and you look back now, I'm like,
The
oh,
audacity.
dear God. I was like, Rachel, jeez.
I cannot.
I felt like this made up expectation of a timeline. Number one. And number two, go hunt. I mean, like, yeah, it would be a different situation.
How could you
today.
choose duck hunting over writing thank you cards?
I know, right?
Wow, glad that's over.
But 2 weeks in, man, it's like I don't know what is
soul
is
crushing.
This our
Second
life?
guess everything.
Is this our life?
I'm glad you guys have made it 15 years now. Congrats.
Thank you.
Despite the incident.
So thank you cards, and I'm terrible at them. I'll say that. And my kids, I make the list at the birthday parties of who brought what gift, and do we send out thank you cards off that list?
I just think a text is enough. Like, hey, thanks so much for the gift. Love seeing you.
Me too.
Maybe say what the gift is if you want to go extra. But like writing a letter and mailing it,
I know.
it feels like
maybe
that's
a
lot.
wedding. Do you feel like a wedding and a shower maybe is a different level of?
There's a formality with weddings that I feel like is there.
There's something there. Okay.
Anywho.
Whew,
But it's
got
hard.
that off
I'm
our
not a
chest.
good gift giver. We've talked about this. Neither of us are like the mega thoughtful, like, oh, I'm going to get them the perfect gift. So if you are looking for a good gift this holiday season, you got to check out Cozy Earth, one of the sponsors of today's episode.
Yes. Oh my gosh. This company, you guys, I've been wearing the pajamas, been wearing the joggers, been sleeping in the sheets. We have the blankets, everything. And it is fantastic. The quality and the material, y'all, it is what you need for this fall, this winter, the spring. They're the best.
Absolutely. Whitney was just telling me she has the Cozy Earth PJs in navy. Now
Yes.
she's like, I really want the ones that come in brown. I was like, is this a hint? Because I love this shopping list you're giving me. It makes it so much easier.
And we have a code,
Yeah.
which you get to save some money. George, does that make you happy?
I love a code. Honestly, I feel like if I'm not getting a code, I'm getting ripped off. And Cozy Earth has been very generous with our listeners. If you go to this website, cozyearth.com/smartmoney, you'll get 40% off. That's incredible. Do not miss this. And that's code Smart Money. If you're just on the website, you can use code Smart Money at checkout. And if you get a post-purchase survey, be sure to let them know that you heard about Cozy Earth on this show.
Because we love it. Love it, love
Wrap
it, love
yourself
it.
up in luxury this holiday season.
Oh, man, that big fur blanket, though,
Game changer.
something else.
All right, here's another submission from Neo Teruya. My friend offered her guest room to me while I was in town, charged me $15 per night plus an energy bill fee on Venmo.
Y'all, who are
These people real?
people?
Like 15 per night is almost like why even do it?
Why? No.
How many nights were you there? Were you there for a month? It said while you were in town. We don't know how long.
Oh my gosh, I could not. I could imagine.
But the energy
I'm not friends
energy
at that
bill
point.
fee.
I mean, I'm not friends with those people. Like, that's terrible. If
That's
we went
awkward.
and stayed with people, we did that. We recently went and stayed with some friends in Chattanooga. They Venmo'd us or people stay at our house. I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Wow. I cannot imagine charging friends when they stay. Like, if you're going to invite someone over, like, hey, just stay at our place. Do not charge them money.
Yeah, we don't need that. Okay, how about this? Katie Perez says, I've heard moms charging other moms after play dates because their kids ate some of the family snacks. This actually went viral on, I say Instagram, you may say TikTok.
Because I saw it first on TikTok.
Probably.
You saw it a month later on Instagram.
Probably.
And think you're better than us TikTokers.
And this mom was the one charging people. And she's like, can we just normalize like charging? Because like all the supplies and the snacks and all of this. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? This is
I
crazy.
feel like I would just send my daughter with all the supplies she needed and say, don't take anything from these people.
Yeah, just Don't use their water.
We're not going to get
don't do
Venmo'd
anything.
after this.
Don't do anything.
Don't flush the toilet.
Can't use anything.
They're going to charge us for that too.
Man.
That's overkill. Why
But
don't
this
the
next
moms,
one-
are moms that, I feel like there really moms that are that petty out there? Like, I understand if they're going to go do an adventure. Hey, we're going to take them to Chuck E. Cheese. Great. I'm going to give her money.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. If you're going out somewhere and there's like an admission, a movie or something for sure.
What if your kids are going over to a friend's house and it's like, hey, we're getting a bunch of pizzas, and you're like, hey, look, I'd love to like chip in to.
You know what? I don't chip in for pizzas.
Okay.
For movie. Yeah. And no one's chipped in for me either. Like, I think that's a
unspoken rule. If you have friends, when they're over, we'll cover it when.
Yeah, that is funny though, because then like I'll take a bunch of girls to, like Sonic or something after school. We've done that, and like the moms will Venmo me, and I didn't ask, and I'm like, I didn't ask for it, but they will. But people don't do pizza, so that's an interesting.
I'm thinking about my own childhood now because I was always over at friends' houses, and we'd just like eat whatever they were having for dinner. And I don't think there was any money exchanged for any of this.
You know, it's funny though. I had Denise and my sister over and her family, and we ordered a bunch of pizzas to our house and stuff. And Denise Venmo'd me after for the pizza.
Sweet Denise.
For the pizza, I know. And I was like, I mean, I think some
She's
people are
very
just
thoughtful.
more conscious of that stuff. I guess,
and it's
than
more
others.
for them. If it's like if that's what they want to do.
Sure.
Then fine. It's not going to hurt you. Like, it's not what you didn't ask for it. It was almost like a generosity thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny.
Way to go, Denise.
All right, this next one, George.
S. Chodas said, our church friends stopped talking to us when we wouldn't buy an MLM product from them. Good. They weren't.
No
here's
oils
the thing.
here.
You think they were friends. This was all a lead up to get you to buy the product. They don't actually like you, probably.
Okay, George, do you feel like MLMs have died out? Because I just don't hear about them as much anymore.
I think people caught on to it, and some of them have gone under. I mean, Beauty Counter had a pretty famous blow up. And so all the people in the downline lost their income. And Tupperware just filed bankruptcy.
Wait, Beauty Counter's done?
I don't think they're coming back. I think they were like, hey, we're going to just disappear for a little while. And I think people kind of see the writing on the wall. I'm not in the like MLM scoop community.
Sure.
So someone can prove me wrong that it's coming back with a vengeance.
Oh,
but I think overall
man.
MLMs have it was almost like a trend, and it's hopefully dying out. Some will stick around.
Sure.
The ones with better products and services will stick around. But overall,
so interesting.
I don't
but they
think the
stopped
model
talking to you because you didn't.
But that to me
products.
says this was not a true friendship.
Oh,
Any
for
true
sure.
friendship that ends because you didn't buy a thing is not a friendship. It was transactional.
That is crazy.
And they faked it really well up until then.
All right, we got Sam Martinez, and he says, if you're out to dinner at Buca de Beppo and everyone orders wine, but you're sober, you shouldn't have to split the bill, right?
This one goes back to my thing of like everyone gets the apps and the drinks, and I got one thing and a water. I feel like it's not fair to then charge me the same.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't put that socialism on me. So no, I think
all equals.
not a faux pas here to
Buca
say.
de Beppo is hard because it is family style. So it's not like everyone gets their own individual entree.
Wow, look at you defending Buca de Beppo. Well, in their defense, it's a family style. Authentic Italian experience.
You don't eat. It's not like, oh, I'm ordering my, salad and water here. It is a shared. So that is a harder restaurant to divvy up checks.
Agreed. But also, I get that it's a lot of work to get like the waiter to split it. But it's also they're used to it. So I don't buy when someone's like, well, it's just easier to just do it all together so the waiter doesn't have to. And if the waiter comes over with one big bill, I go, hey, I know it's a pain. Would you mind splitting it up? And they go, okay. And they go split it up. But I think calling it out, like, hey, if you guys are going to get alcoholic, would you mind if I'm just on a separate tab? Just calling it out early on.
Okay, because I would say the appetizer, I would say the alcohol is for sure the difference because it is expensive, right? And if you get...
Especially in Tennessee because there's a liquor tax. Did you know this?
Yes,
15% on top of everything else.
I know.
On top of your normal tax, on top of tip.
It's because we don't have
15%.
income tax. So they get us.
That's how they
get
get
us other places. But if there's like a spinach dip in the middle of the table,
I mean, you're gonna get a bite.
I don't know, right?
That's a good one. What do you think about people who? This happens to me often. Someone who sneaks up and gets the waiter their card and sneakily pays for the table.
That's great.
No faux pas there. Is there a good way to do it? Or is there a bad way to do it?
Like if you're the one like paying for the dinner?
Yeah.
I mean, I would just tell the waiter, hey, it's all just gonna be on one check.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll do that. And then I'll say this, on the end of like wanting to be generous, this just happened like last week. And it's like, yeah, we'll treat them. And then the people that fight it, no, split it. I'll split it, Like I get it, but I don't know.
Yep. That's a very also coming from Middle Eastern culture that every single time. Like the dads at the table are
can't,
fighting.
like,
No.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, can we just be done with this charade?
Totally. Yep.
But my brother is the king of he's gonna sneakily get. He did it yesterday.
That's
he was
so
in town,
nice.
and we're with a big group, and I'm like, how did you even get your card to the waiter? Like, I didn't even see you get up. It's like a magic trick. He's like David Blaine of
See, that's
generosity.
so nice. I think that's people.
But he is very generous.
Yeah, and I think people that's like their
love language almost.
Yeah, it's what they do. Yeah, I love it. It's
great.
It's very, very nice.
All right, here's one from Delete Me Rocks 2024. This company only charges me $9 a month to save me hours of time and potentially thousands protecting me from internet scammers.
Oh, well, that sounds like actually a great
It's a good
friend.
friend.
That's a good
this
friend.
was clearly a plant DM.
It's great though. Delete Me, y'all, is a fabulous service where you go and you fill out your profile. So you go and you give them some information, and then they scour the internet and find your home address, phone numbers, old addresses, even like they will look
People you're related to.
all around the internet and take your information off. And it is so great because let's be honest, today in 2024, man, our information's everywhere on the internet.
There's more
filling out
risk
different
than ever.
forms. Yeah.
More scams than ever. So protect yourself from the risks of all of that with our friends at Delete Me. And they're giving our listeners a great discount, 20% off any of their plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/smartmoney. You'll get 20% off. And the plans are super affordable. I weirdly was in my report the other day just for fun. I was like,
Yeah, you were.
Where am I at? Because sometimes if you Google your information, people, you will find out you are on way more of the internet than you thought. Your
Scary.
address, your phone number, it's out there. Don't like it. And it's reduced spam for me. I don't get, I used to get all these spam calls and texts.
Yes. Not as much
It's not
anymore.
happening anymore.
So good. I love it. Yeah.
Go check 'em
Delete
out.
Me is amazing. Check it out. All right. Next, Nicolette Govan.
Govan.
She said, my friend always gives me extravagant birthday and Christmas gifts, but I can't afford to do the same for her.
Aw.
It's fine.
No faux pas here, but I do think some communication might be helpful in this relationship. I don't think, here's the thing, when people give extravagant gifts, I don't think they expect the same level of extravagance in return. I think they're just naturally gift givers.
Yeah.
But in our minds, we go, I need to return the favor. Now I got to get them a really nice gift. And the truth is, if you get them whatever you want to get them, it's going to be great.
Yes, that's right. And I'll be honest, to get birthday gifts from other friends as an adult is always shocking to me.
I got some orders to cancel.
Do you
Never mind.
feel like that though? Like I went out to
Yeah.
lunch with a bunch of my girlfriends for my birthday and like two of them brought me a gift. And I'm like, I do not expect
That's true.
gifts.
I have maybe one or two friends that still want to do like birthday
Yeah, I
gifts.
mean, it's
and I think
really
very sweet.
nice.
Exactly. I accept it with
It's very fun,
so
but
much
I
grace.
just have
But
zero
I think I'd rather
expectation.
do like, hey, we're going out to this Mexican restaurant. Come join us for my birthday.
Yeah, love it.
That kind of thing.
Yep. All right, Jesse 618 says, my work friend says I still owe $25 for a group gift that she put together for our boss, but I never agreed to that.
I will say group gifts are the bane of my existence. And we've done them here. So it's not like,
I know it happens a lot.
so traditional etiquette says that you never gift up at work. So like giving your boss a gift. That's just traditional etiquette. Not saying it doesn't happen, not saying it's not okay, but just the proper way to do it is peers or people that are like kind of down, maybe your team members.
Yeah.
You know, if a leader gets a gift for their team versus a team member getting a gift for their leader.
That makes sense.
But I'm not a fan of group gifts where it's like, hey, we're all going in, here's what you owe. I don't like that.
You don't.
Not a fan. I do it because I'm just like, whatever, I will assimilate
Yes.
and not be the squeaky wheel who's like, I'm not doing it on principle. Just, it's fine.
Yeah. See, group gifts for me, because I think about teacher gifts here at work. There's some of these that happen. And it's more convenience for me.
To just be like, someone else is dealing with it.
Yep.
They've thought of it. They're
Kind of. Yeah,
purchasing
yeah.
it. I can just send a Venmo and be done.
Yeah.
That's fair. So you think that you're happy to pay because of the convenience.
I think so. Yeah. And I don't think it's with people that are outside of like a situation that I'm like, why would I get them a gift? Because like I don't even talk to them or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
There's usually something there. I don't know. The group gift, I like.
I want to make it clear,
But-
no one has ever gotten me a group gift.
We'll make sure to Venmo and get some money after the shoot, George, for you.
This is a good one. Barbara B. got invited to a holiday party and was asked to Venmo my portion.
Oh my gosh. Barbara B.
Barbara Bush. We don't know. It could be. This sounds like something she would get herself into. Unless it's a casual potluck style, this is the question. Should the host cover everything if they're hosting a dinner party? Or is it okay to say, hey, are you guys cool chipping in $10?
I think if you're catering and food, I think a text could be like, hey, we're going to bring in this.
What if I buy filet mignon steaks from the grocery store?
Yeah, that feels cheaper to me for some reason. I don't know why.
Wow.
I don't know
Here's
why.
an
I don't know why.
example.
If someone's cooking steak and you were like...
Yeah, it depends on the experience.
Yeah.
Because our friend, mixologist Michael Reddish, he throws these very elaborate Halloween parties. We're talking swag and catering. And so there is a ticket fee. Like I go on, he makes it like a full event registration and you pay a fee because it helps cover the cost of the event. It's not a money-making scheme. They're not making money at all. But it's a very expensive thing to put on. You're talking thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So that's the only time I think it makes sense to pay a fee to attend a party. But if it's just like a friend's
But if someone's like, I'm having a
hosting at their
Christmas
house,
party, we all please come, and then they ask you to Venmo that. Like,
I
that's
do always
weird.
try to bring a gift, like maybe a bottle of something or, you know.
Yeah, totally. Don't
Or
show
if
up in the end.
I usually say, hey, is there anything I can bring? I think it's a nice thing to ask.
Always. Yes. Yeah. I agree. I'm with you.
All
I'm
right.
with you.
Hey, we finally agreed on something.
Oh, it's good, George. Glad we're on the same page.
I cannot wait for you to read this next one.
Oh my gosh. Is this real? This is funny.
This is real.
Allison Ramsey, my sister-in-law, she answered this. So when you're a Ramsey and someone goes to pay for something and is like, oh, so sorry about my credit card.
The apologetic nature
Happens all the time.
of a non-Ram, like,
oh, they always point it out.
Do you deal with that with your friends?
Yes. Like if we all throw our cards in, everyone's like, sorry, Rach, you know. I'm
Like we're
"No,
putting it
I'm
on the
not
Capital One.
judging."
Don't be upset.
Or they'll be
Avert
like,
your eyes.
we'll probably get a free flight out of this, Southwest. You know, like they'll always like
Rub it in.
rub in the points.
Yep.
And the
That's
airline
happened
miles.
at dinner before. People really, they cornered me. Friends were like, no, but really, like, you have a credit card, right? I was like, this is my entire wallet. It's just a license and a debit card.
Oh, yeah.
And they're shocked. It's like a magic trick.
No, yeah. People know me, George.
They know you. They know you don't secretly got nothing.
Yeah. No, but that,
Why would you need
people, or people that we don't, I mean, our good friends don't do that anymore, but like, if we don't really know the couple and they're like, they think it's a joke, like,
Very funny.
Like I remember growing up, going out to dinner with mom and dad, and the waiter, this happens a lot. Hope this isn't a credit card.
Oh, because I see Dave.
Always.
Yeah.
And Dave's like,
that
"It's a
happened to me in
debit card."
Costco once. The lady didn't even stop. She just walked right past me and said, hope you're paying cash for that. And I was like, yep. Kept walking our
Just
separate
kept
ways.
on going.
Just a quick little aside.
Keeping us accountable, public.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, this one comes from It's Zach Ford. I believe that's a friend of ours.
Too, yes.
One of my high school buddies sends his child support via Venmo every month for the world to see. Sometimes it's labeled passive-aggressively like, didn't have to be this way. Wow. Is it a faux pas?
That's funny. That's really funny.
I see more humor in it than I see faux pas-ness.
Oh, that's funny. Oh
Didn't
my
have to be this way.
Didn't have to be this way.
It's such a dark joke, but I'm here for it.
Oh my gosh.
I think
love
people
it.
putting anything publicly on Venmo, like my Venmo is set to private for everything.
Yeah, mine is too.
There's not a single payment that I'm like, I think people should know about this one.
You know what? I don't even know. How do you know if it is?
Oh, I need to
Here we
check
go.
Rachel's Venmo.
No, hold on.
She been public all
How
this
do
time.
How do I know?
There'll be a little lock next to the transaction.
Lock. I am
setting.
zipped up, y'all. This is great.
It's an easy setting.
Got it.
I do, like, my only social media that I
locked.
really enjoy is the Venmo transaction feed. It's amazing.
Do a lot of people keep it public?
Yeah, and they're like, you're deciphering what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I tell myself the story of what I think is being paid
Lunch,
for.
and it's
based
like
on the
$400
emojis.
or something. And you're like, what happened?
Or
at
it's just like
that
weird
lunch?
emojis or like cryptic words. And I'm like, what happened here? What
That
does
is
this
good.
really mean?
That is good entertainment.
That's a good one. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Out of all the submissions, which one really stuck with you?
I'd say guest room.
That one stuck
Charging
out
to
for
stay
sure.
someone. I mean, the hospitality. I'm reading a John Mark Comer book right now, and like part of it's about hospitality, and that just goes in the face of like, just be a good person
Don't
and
do
like
that.
open your hands and your life to people, and like that's terrible. I'm gonna say that.
That's a really good one. I'm going to go with the air fryer delivery fee. That one I think is actually creative and petty, which I appreciate the creativity. If you're going to charge someone a fee to bring it to work where they already go every day, that's sad. And just for fun, because it's been a while since we have role played, and people loved Rick in the boat situation. We have one last listener submission that we're going to act out. So here's what Jennifer sent in. I do freelance photography on the side, and people always ask if I can, quote, take a few pics free of charge. This conversation never gets easier. How do I tell them that this is my work and I deserve to be paid for it?
Oh, man.
So you're going to be the frugal freelancer. I'm going to be the socially unaware friend / customer.
Okay.
Jen, girl, oh my gosh, I saw that y'all are going to Destin and we're going to be there at the same time.
Oh my God, no way. Are you guys, what part
Yeah,
are you
we'll be on 30A right there.
So great.
I know y'all stay there with your family. Is there any way, like, we should, like, meet up maybe for drinks and maybe we can just grab a few, like, family pics, if you don't mind? Just kind of a quick, like, real quick, free, like, not a big shoot.
Oh, Patrice.
Sound good?
This is easy, Patrice. You just threw me a softball. I don't work on vacation. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, girl. It wouldn't be like work. Like, obviously, you're going to have your camera, taking pictures of your own family. Like, we'll just, like, jump in for a quick pic. Like, quick pic, all white, against the dune. Like, just really classic. It'll be so fun. We can hang. I'll bring some drinks. It'll be a good time. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Awesome.
No.
Oh, you're the best. Your photos are, like, so good. Like, I don't know what filter you're using or if it's your camera, but it's clearly not you. It's either the filter or the camera. My favorite diss to a photographer. What camera do you use? Because your photos are so good. That's a tough one. Because I made it so like, it's like not even work.
So not a big deal.
I'm basically giving you something.
I think photographers get the short end of the stick all the time. People that are like starting a photography business. It's like, hey, do you care to come shoot a couple of pictures with my family? It'll just be in our backyard. It's not a big deal. And you're like, no, but it takes so much time to edit. Like, I don't think people know the time and effort it puts in for that kind of thing. 100%.
Can I say, we did this yesterday with our friend Cody. He took family pics, and we pay him. We don't expect anything for free.
Yes,
I'm like, hey, man, like, how much do I need to Venmo you? And it was great.
So great.
Because I want to make sure that he knows, like, I respect his talent, his time.
Yes.
And the fact that he would do this for us.
And what they do.
Pay your friends. I get, like, if
don't
you
be
want
Patrice.
If you want to be like, hey, like, I've done like hey, you got like a friend discount, you know?
Yep.
And usually like, yeah, we'll take, $50 off or whatever. I'm not trying to
totally
really like take him to the cleaners on this.
Yes.
But it's always a kind gesture to do for a friend.
For sure.
So that's a good one. And you failed.
Wow, you threw out the beach aspect. That was hard.
The
vacation went quick. I mean,
I would be like, oh my gosh, girl, like I would, but with the in-laws, like I don't even know where we're gonna be.
Okay, so like I feel like vacation, there's a lot of ways to get out of it. But if it's like, hey, do you mind coming to? I think it would be harder to say, I'm gonna charge you for it than to say, oh my gosh, the kid's schedule's crazy. I don't have time. Like, right? The excuse is more on the time and effort standpoint versus like I need to be paid for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think a good friend wouldn't put you in that position if we're going to be really honest.
Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Okay, so what's the takeaways here?
All right, so listen, some expenses are uncontrollable, right? They're going to happen, which is why you want to create margin with your money because things are going to come up that you may be like, oh, I need to chip in on the gift that's coming or whatever it may be that you don't realize. And so having a budget is so key. So if you have not done a budget, you guys, every dollar is the best tool to use. So you can actually do a free budget. We'll leave a link in the description, but make sure to do that because it gives you peace of mind when things do come up that you're like, oh yeah, I do actually need to Venmo someone or pay for this thing. You have the margin to do it.
And it gives you the margin to be generous. If you just want to spontaneously cover it and go, listen, it's not worth the relational transaction, awkward tension. Let's just cover it and be done. You can do that when you budget for it.
Yeah, I'd also say communicate, right? The road trip stuff on here, dinners out. Like if there's a thing, and if you're on a tight budget and you're like, nope, I'm not going to be paying for everyone's fillets, right? I'm not going to split a fillet with everyone. Then say it out loud and be okay with that.
And maybe don't plan to get filet mignon for everyone at your party.
Yeah, that's right too. Yeah, if you're throwing a party.
Make good decisions. And again, the communicating and setting the boundaries ahead of time is important. Don't do it on the back end and blindside people because that's not fair to them.
Yeah,
that's actually on you.
That's right. That's right. So good.
I learned a lot. Thank you for all your submissions. That was a lot of fun.
I know, so wonderful. All right, you guys, it's almost the end of the episode, and we close out every episode with Guilty as Charged. And this is where our producer, Kelly, gives us a new Guilty as Charged question every week. And if we're guilty, we take a sip. Kelly?
All right. Have you ever stalked someone on social media? And if so, did you ever get found out?
Oh, that got dark real quick.
Yes, yes.
Define stalking. Like if I just go to the profile casually once in a while, is that considered a stalk?
Yeah, you're looking at what they're doing. Oh, I did a deep stalk on someone I didn't even know. Are you ready for this? So we were going on this trip. This was like a few years ago. To this new place. And you can go on Instagram where people tag photos of the place. You know what I mean? Like if they're somewhere and they like take a picture and they tag
Like a resort.
the location.
You can go to the resort page and see all the posts.
Yeah, because I look at those more when we travel versus like what the
website shows.
Yes, because you get more of the real, like, okay. Yeah, what's going
Instagram
on?
versus reality. Except it's Instagram.
And one night
so.
I just couldn't sleep, y'all. And we were going to this place. I was like, and I looked it up on Instagram. And I was like, oh. And I looked at the tags and there was this wedding. Like crazy.
Over the top
Wedding. And I was like, who are these people? Y'all? For about an hour and a half at like 1 a.m, I found out and I Googled like the dentistry the dad owned. Like, I mean, I like knew everything about this family. I couldn't stop.
Yeah, no, that's sociopath level of manipulation, Rachel. I'm proud of you.
I thought about it though. I was like, oh my gosh, and it scared me for myself of like, wow.
Like, what are you capable of? What kind of Breaking Bad situation could you find yourself in?
What do people know about me that they could like weasel their way in, right?
That's a good point. I'll have to stalk tonight and see what I can find out. I'll report back.
But yeah, I did that was my deepest stalking. And I went like in-laws, I mean, I knew everything about this family. Like, oh, call me crazy.
Okay, I just realized as you were saying that, I'm very guilty of this. It was someone in our neighborhood, and we're always like, what do they do? Like, how are people always over their house? Like 9 a.m., 10 p.m., people over hanging.
I'm like,
and I was like, is she deep in an MLM? Like, are there always people? And so I did some Googling.
Yeah?
Way too deep. I had people I had a team.
Figuring out who these people were.
Yeah, and it was the most boring. I was like, I'm no further to the truth.
Yeah.
But I know way too much about them. I'm like, I know maiden names. I know kids' names.
Yes.
I know the dog name. I'm like, I need to go to bed. This is too much.
I know.
And if you're wondering, no, I don't have hobbies. Thanks for asking.
If you're a good stalker online, though, there's some people in my life that if I was like, hey, will you find this person? And they know how to do it. They're like
It's a good skill to have. Not a helpful skill, but a good one.
Investigator. Yep.
Wow. All right.
Yep.
You
It's
creep.
happened before. I know, y'all. But I don't know why I remember that one, but I do. And I was like, and if I see them.
What if you befriend her?
Well, no, I didn't. I couldn't.
Is she a celebrity or no? Can you say?
No. Nope. Just family from South Carolina.
Just wanted to have a great wedding. Cool. Wow. Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, let's talk about this drink. It was the Division Bell. Delicious. Who finished first? You were closer. Rating?
I'm going 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. You cannot improve on this drink. This drink
No, it was
costs...
so good.
It's only $2.83.
Really?
Which is on the low side
kinda
for these
wanna make it.
cocktails. It's got mescal, maraschino liqueur,
Oh.
lime, and Aperol.
It's like really easy. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
balanced while remaining complex, which is what I look for in a cocktail.
So good.
You can find the recipe in the show notes. I highly suggest you give it a try this weekend if that's what you're into.
I love it. Well, you guys, it's closing time. So make sure to leave us a review if you enjoyed this episode. And if you want to hear more crazy financial faux pas, make sure to check out our conversation we had with actually my mom, Sharon Ramsey.
One of the best episodes.
It's a good one. And make sure to follow, subscribe so you don't miss an all new episode of Smart Money Happy Hour.